Welcome to the Uncultured Opinions podcast. This is episode 5.
On my left is Ethan, and on my right is Sam. And today, I want to go over something real quick. We might have a shake-up in the podcast.
Because
We
Brent's a
usually
little
work
bitch.
second shift. I'm going to first shift. So things might be a little bit different. So if the structure changes after,
I'd just like to...
Like if it's just me and Ethan.
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
not going to be...
you guys know what
I'd
happens.
just like to preface, I had another podcast, and then
Shut up.
one of us went to first shift, and we were like, oh, it's no big deal. We'll do it. And you know what happened to that podcast? It died.
It died.
It's dead.
I'm down for
buried.
Sundays. Y'all are the ones that don't want to do Sundays.
We already talked about
We
this.
already
We'll
said
discuss
we're
it later.
totally cool with Sundays.
We'll discuss it later.
They will still be up on Mondays.
You're not even official yet, Brent.
You're not even official. You might. Who knows? You might get fired. Actually, me and
We're
Sam,
just gonna
me
start
and Sam,
putting
we were
complaints
discussing
in.
with Sam. We're just gonna start. Me and Sam, we devised a plan. We're gonna get everyone to just throw complaints about you, so you eventually get fired, and then you have nothing but free time, so we can record the podcast on our time.
Yeah, but since I have no money.
Yeah, well, we have the money.
Yeah, we have money.
And look, dude,
I'll pay for your tickets so you get fired.
Dude, if I get fired, I'm immediately getting forced to do a factory job, so I'll have no time.
Brent, this is a famous podcast in a little bit.
Are you kidding me?
Like, you know how much money we're about to be making just off the podcast?
Yeah, speaking of money, I want to thank our Patreons for this
Are they
week.
called Patreons or are they called
They're
patrons?
all patrons.
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 Actually, they're called Patreons.
Are they?
okay. Yeah,
Patrons makes more sense to me.
they're Patreons.
I'm about to prove
No,
Brent
when
wrong.
you said it second time, I'm pretty sure he's right. I'm pretty sure it's Patreons. I don't know. I've never done this before. Honestly, not gonna lie. Really didn't expect anyone to give a shit.
Yes.
I really didn't think anybody was gonna care.
Email from Patreon. Step 2. Get more patrons.
Oh, so it is patrons.
Yeah, but everyone says Patreons.
Okay, well, thank you to
Or
our
maybe-
patrons
And our Patreons.
and our patrons. We have 2. We have 1 anonymous.
We have an anonymous patron.
I don't know what he wants to be called, so we'll call him Jeff.
I like
No.
Chad.
Don't call him a Chad. I hate Chads.
We're not gonna call him a Chad. He's definitely not a Chad.
Yeah. And then Darren.
Darren.
Our
Shout out to
first tip
Thank you,
Patreon,
Darren. This is just me, or is this intro feels really awkward to me.
It's awkward because we all know that this podcast is not dead.
Yeah,
It's
that's
not
true.
dead.
This
Next
is the
week is
fifth-
Frozen.
Just
This
to
is
say,
the
me and
fifth-
Sam are dreading it to
Me
be
and Ethan
over.
were like, this is actually the 5th and final
Fifth
podcast.
and final podcast.
But
I'm-
we're just not gonna say it.
No,
Even.
it's dude. Next week's Frozen 2.
Dude, there's
What's
your
happening?
there's your title. 5th and final question mark?
Yeah.
But that's a legitimate question. It's not
the-
clickbait.
Because the
It's
movie
legit.
wasn't even good enough to put as a title.
Yeah. Dude, that movie was garbage. We're not gonna talk about that yet.
Yeah, I need to pull up my show.
Your
list.
itenerary.
Oh,
Yeah,
did you
itinerary for
did you
today.
script out this show too?
We have a lot to talk about this week, though.
Not
We
as
really
much as I
do.
did last week.
We have
We
a
do.
lot
Some
to talk
things.
about this week.
It's a pretty good week as far as
Well, it's
film related news
news wise, it's a really good week.
for sure.
Film wise, I'm thinking that let's take a touchback to the Joker podcast where we talk about it for 10 minutes because I really just don't want to talk about it.
I know. I think we could talk about it for a while.
I can talk
and
about it
it's
for
just-
2 hours,
yeah,
but it's just 2 hours of complaining.
yeah. I agree.
One piece of news I kind of want to talk about. We were at the movie theater. The movie was on, and I was on my phone, and I read an article. Robert Downey Jr.
Wait, you were
is
reading an
coming-
article while you were watching the film?
Yes.
It was
Robert
that bad
Downey-
for you?
Robert Downey Jr. is coming back to the MCU as Iron Man
Wait, what?
during the What If animated show.
Oh, well, yeah, I knew
He will
that.
be no, actually, you didn't. because
Actually, I did. They announced it.
They
They said
never announced it. They announced the cast list, and I noticed there wasn't any big names on there like Chris Evans or Robert Downey Jr.
Okay, they didn't. They're not listed in the cast, but they're all making touchbacks to their own characters.
Yeah, but they never said they were doing an Iron Man.
Okay.
It's
It was
the first time
implied.
Well,
It was a heavily
Now
was
it's
implied.
because
confirmed.
once the contracts end, it's not implied they're coming back.
So is this
Iron-
confirmed news?
So Iron Man died because his contract ended, and yeah, it's confirmed.
Or did his contract end because he died?
No,
Oh.
he definitely died because his contract.
No,
ended.
he was ready. He was ready for it. He was ready to be done with.
yeah,
with
I
the
think.
MCU.
I mean, they've been there for a while.
Yeah,
It's a good ending. Too.
No, I'm ready for What If. When does that launch? Because that's the one I'm
I think
probably
it's
most.
20 I think it's fall 2020.
Fall? I have to wait that long.
Bro, that's not that
I'll
long
pull
away.
up the list real quick.
Dude,
'cause I
that's
was
the
just
one.
looking
That's
at it
the one I'm
other
most
day.
excited for, probably. Other than maybe Falcon and the Winter Soldier. That one is probably my number one. but I love Bucky.
I am
I'm a
really
Bucky
looking
bitch.
forward to Falcon the Winter Soldier. Summer 2021 is what it is.
Summer 2021?
Jesus. That's
Yeah.
a little further in fall of 2020.
Dude,
Yeah, it's a while.
I'm gonna be broke by then. I'm not gonna be
It's-
able to afford
it's
Disney
not
What do
Plus.
you
gonna.
mean?
It's not
Just
gonna
kidding.
be
Podcast
until
no blow
like
up. It'll
Yeah,
be
no,
rich.
I agree.
the first Disney Plus Marvel show, which Falcon the Winter Soldier, starts fall 2020. So we're gonna be
Man.
waiting a lot.
Yeah, that's a little bit.
Do you have frozen duct tape on your bed?
Hey, can we not talk about Brent's bed?
Sorry, I just saw frozen
Yeah,
duct
you're a
tape.
trooper for sitting on it.
What
Oh,
does that
oh,
mean?
okay, I'm gonna
What-
get up.
what-
Pause the podcast, please.
What does that mean?
I'm kidding.
Anyway,
Speaking
yeah.
of Disney Plus, is there something else you want to talk about?
No, I thought we were going right into Disney
I
Plus.
thought, yeah, I
think
thought
that's
we were going
good.
to Disney
So
Plus.
Disney Plus launch. Sorry, wait, we don't have a lot of time. We're trying to rush through this podcast.
What did we?
Yeah.
Brent, we have plenty of time, dude.
We don't
Yeah,
have,
but we have a lot to discuss.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
don't
but
have
we
to-
have an hour and 15 minutes.
And
we
a
have
lot
more than
to
an hour.
discuss.
Yeah,
Yeah, we'll be fine.
we have more than an hour and 50 minutes. We
But
have
yeah,
hour.
just
we have
going
an
to
hour
Disney
40,
Plus.
hour 45 to push it. To push it.
Yeah, but I'm trying to flex early, and I'm trying to run Thornton's before, so.
That's true.
Yeah.
All right,
So
hour 15. All right, let's go.
Disney Plus launched on Tuesday.
Disney Plus is fantastic.
I love Disney Plus. There's so much I've been looking on there.
Shout out to Verizon for giving it free to me for a year.
Mm-hmm.
If you're a Verizon customer, you get it free for a year. That's what's up. I mean,
Do you have
granted,
to have Verizon Unlimited?
you have to have Verizon Unlimited or a Verizon Family Plan. But if you have Verizon Unlimited
Okay.
or a Verizon Family Plan, you get Disney Plus free for a year. And I don't even believe it makes you put in your credit card information.
That's crazy.
I don't think you. I
It
don't
probably
know.
it might have it
I
though.
don't remember. That's true because it's on your Verizon account.
Yeah.
But still, because it's like you can link it to your Verizon account. But still, that's pretty lit because that's $70. So
And I saw a thing the other day. They're talking because like pretty much everyone knows that people password share, and obviously Disney
Yeah.
knows people password share.
right.
And they have it up to I think 4 people,
Seven accounts.
7 accounts, but 4 people
I think
can
it
be
was
watching
seven
it
simul-
simultaneously.
I think it
Yes.
was 7
You-
simultaneous.
No,
No,
you
it's
can
four
have
can
like,
sign in on. Four can watch simultaneously. You can sign in on 7 devices.
Yeah. That makes sense. But like that's a lot. Like
Yeah.
Netflix, the Netflix base subscription, what was it, $9.99?
Yeah.
Is only 2. So
Yeah, and both of them.
Yeah,
are
the family plan's
both of them
5.
are wanting to cut down on password sharing. I read an article a few days ago that Netflix getting really mad about password sharing,
yeah.
and even Disney Plus, they had talked about how they kind of want to eliminate password sharing in the future because it's a difficult process, right? Because
But it's hard though because
not-
people have multiple devices,
and
so
not
it's really
even-
it's really
Yeah, you
hard to
can't-
dictate.
not
Yeah.
even
It's
giving
super
my
hard to
opinion on the
dictate.
thing because I think it's like stupid and you should allow it because I'm paying for it. But it's also a difficult thing.
I disagree with you there.
It's also a difficult thing to process because there are families. Like,
Yeah.
You're expecting like
Like, you have a
the
family of
8-year-olds
5.
But that's why
to-
you have the family plan
exactly.
on Netflix.
But
Though
how
that
are
gives
you
you
gonna? How are they gonna know that it's a family or password sharing? Right.
Yeah.
So it's a difficult process to try to cut down.
Well,
on.
Netflix knows because you've got the families is broken down by individual accounts. So like if you have a family, are you any of you
Yeah,
on the
but I
family
can log
plan?
into Sam's and make my account, and does that make me family?
Well, that's not what I'm saying. But it doesn't have to be family. You're paying for 5 people to be able to watch it.
Exactly.
So you
that's
get 5.
password sharing. It's hard to.
Yeah, but you have
it's
5
But
hard
no,
to
people
no.
really
Here's
track
what
it
I'm
down.
saying. For
But
Netflix,
that could
if
be
you
how
have
many
the family-
devices does each person get?
Well, here's the thing. What I'm saying is for Netflix and Hulu, they have the same one. You can get 5 accounts on Hulu for the. You get 5 accounts on Hulu just for the regular one. Netflix, you get 5 accounts for theirs, but you get like 5 individual. So it's one main account, and then it's broken down into 5 sub accounts.
Yeah.
So like, you're paying for all 5 of those accounts, but it's into one.
Yeah, but like Brent, like I could give Brent my family's Netflix, and he could just log on, like put in email password, get on Netflix, and
You
just
watch
use
under
mine.
and use
Like you
yours.
could just use mine. Like
yeah,
it's not.
Netflix thinks I'm family.
Yeah, like it's not stopping password
Well, I
sharing.
think Sam also would consider you family, wouldn't you, Sam?
As of a day ago, yes.
Oh, but before he went, but now that he's come to the first
now it's
shift,
changed a little bit in the past 24
Now
hours.
he's an
I don't know.
acquaintance.
I kind of really need to go to first shift.
he's an
but I'm-
acquaintance. You're
I'm-
barely a coworker at this point, Brent.
I'm
Yeah,
really
legit.
debating not because like I don't want this podcast to die.
Yeah,
Brent, you know we're joking. Like
yeah,
I would feel really bad if
You're
if
not
the only
staying 'cause
reason
of
you
the
didn't
podcast.
take it was because of the podcast.
I would stay because of the podcast, but I have loyalty.
Damn.
But like the big thing is, if like Brent going to first shift is, I literally only have Ethan now to talk to on second shift.
Yeah.
Because like Corey and Billy aren't there. Like they're there, but like they're not close to me.
Yeah. I'm right behind. Yeah, I'm right behind Sam.
And my other 2 friends are moving design, and so then I just had me and Ethan.
Yeah, the other 2 people we know are going to design. We already lost Cameron.
I guess
we
I
just
could
lost Jimmy. Sean's going too.
I know.
Everybody's leaving.
I know. It's
Everybody's
crazy.
leaving us. And then Brent.
I think
the one guy I thought was never gonna leave. You know what you said to me? Literally.
Yeah, I was gonna
literally
say. I think
2 days ago.
the thing that
Literally
sucks-
What he said?
When I drove, I had to drive.
I told this to Noah yesterday too, and how the irony sucks.
Yeah, no, legit. I'm pretty sure you jinxed it. So Noah was sick the other day.
Yeah.
So Noah's Brent's ride, so I had to pick him up, which I didn't mind. So I'd taken him home, and me and Brent were talking about the podcast because we were both really into it. We were talking about the podcast. We're like, this is gonna be great. Like, we're having a great time. This is awesome.
Yeah, I was having a blast.
And I was like, the only thing is, I swear to God, this conversation happened. I was like,
It
but
happened.
And I was like, but I know they switch people around a lot. What if one of us goes to first shift?
Stop.
And then I swear, and I honestly, I was like, if anyone's gonna go, it's probably gonna be Sam, because I know Sam wants to go to design. And I was like, it's not gonna be me. I was like, I just got to the schedule. I like the schedule.
Yeah.
I was like, I know it's not gonna be Brent. And I was like, Brent was like, yeah, it's not gonna be me. And he's like, no, he signed something saying he's going to be on coax for 6 months. So he's like, I got at least 5 months left on second shift. And then literally the next fucking day, he's like, hey, going to first shift. Fuck the pod. Like, get out of here.
Yeah.
I did not say.
I'm just saying, I thought it was funny though, because literally he was like, oh yeah, I'm definitely not going to first shift. And
But
then he goes
just
the
isn't
day
that first
after.
shift mentality, like type of
Really
guy.
though, like you're the last person I would have expected to go to first shift, because like
You're just a night guy.
I
You're
think
night
I'm
owl.
gonna tell her no.
No, Brent.
Because-
okay, Brent.
because-
No,
no.
I'm thinking about it,
Brent.
and like, I don't know if I need to, because like, yeah, it'd be nice to like, whatchamacallit, it'd be nice
To
to
whatchamacallit.
not.
I
have
think
to
it would
sneak
help
in my
your
house at
situation
night.
out a lot.
I
Yeah.
do think it would help. Yeah, I think it would help
Not
the
getting into
situation
my
better.
and when I say sneak, I don't mean like I just mean I have to be quiet at night.
Yeah.
So I think it'd be nice to do that, but at the same time, I want to move out in January. So
That's
it's
what I'm
like
saying. Yeah, it's
a
also
month-
only.
It's like a month left, and I won't even be in the state for part of December.
I was gonna say
So-
it's only 2 months.
Yeah.
So I might just like, if one of y'all want to drive me, or if I'll just get Billy.
I was like, I have to be Billy.
Yeah, I don't know where
'Cause
Billy.
You're 30 minutes out of my way, so that's
I
some
mean,
shit
Billy
to
would definitely
guess.
do it. You and Billy could become tight.
I don't like that pause.
I love
this
the pause.
this podcast feels so uncomfortable because I feel like this is the last
Yeah,
one.
it's like we're
I feel like this is the last
I think
one.
there's like a
There's definitely a mentality going on right now.
a little bit.
and the air is cold.
It's not cold. It's
That's because we
thick.
turned the heater off. But
It's thick with anger.
I'm also wearing a jacket, so I'm not cold at all.
Sure, I'm wearing my sweater today. It's formal Friday.
Yeah,
Brent's
it's
It is
fine to
formal
dress up.
Friday.
I feel like
Brent's
I look,
wearing a t-shirt with Darth Vader on. This just give me
feel
some
like-
space.
I have
And-
one that says like "Welcome to the dark side."
My least favorite one is those cheesy ones. There's that one shirt that went around for the longest time. It was like a wallpaper on most people's phones. It was like, "Come to the dark side. We have cookies."
I
I'm
was
like,
gonna say
"Man, this is
that.
stupid. I've always hated that kind of shit. It's so corny and cheesy. Anyway,
Yeah.
back to
But
Disney Plus.
Disney
Disney
Plus.
Plus.
Back to Disney Plus.
Have you guys watched The Mandalorian?
I did watch the
I did.
Mandalorian.
I haven't seen.
I've heard
episode
some really
2.
good things.
I haven't watched episode because episode 2 dropped at like
Yeah,
when this
4
was recorded
4 a.m.
4
last night.
4 a.m. today or this morning when this was recorded. So I'll watch it by the time it's up. But dude, the first episode, it was beautiful. Like it has like Star Wars quality, like Star Wars movie quality,
Mhm.
in like a 40-minute TV show.
That's nuts.
I love
But like it is like it feels like a movie. I mean, it definitely feels like a TV show, but like, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
cinematography,
Yeah.
like the script and the acting and everything, like it's top tier. Like it is really good. But like
I
the
think there were some
graphics are
things that were weird about
the
it. but
CGI is nuts.
It felt amazing. Like it felt like it wanted to take its time on things. Like
Yes,
it kind
for
of
sure.
felt like an old western, and I think that's the perfect thing to do to a Mandalorian. Like
I
I
need
say
to
that,
watch
but
it.
you also after you watched it, you sent me like a list of questions.
yeah, but at the same time, it's like I knew the Mandalorian, themselves. Like I know of Boba Fett and all of them. Like I know how they act. It was
What's
just
the other one?
Jango Fett.
Yeah, there you go. I
I
was just
mean-
wondering if you knew it.
I knew it. It's just like you were asking me that, and I figured Jango Fett was obvious. So I was like, "Is there one I'm missing?" Like my questions were just like,
I mean, there's a bunch of other
aren't the
ones that are
Mandal-
canon, but the 2 ones that you're gonna know are gonna be from
yeah.
from
my
the
only
movies. There's
question was like, I thought the Mandalorians were the clones of Jango Fett. When no, those are the
no, the clones were
Stormtroopers, or clone troopers.
so you were almost right. You were like half right. The clones are. It's weird to say. The clones are clones of Jango Fett.
Mm. and then one of them
Because he's like, they used him.
Wasn't Boba just kind of like adopted by Jango or something?
Boba Fett is Jango Fett's son.
I thought he was a clone of Jango.
I don't think so. No, I could be wrong.
I remember reading that in the Star Wars book, but
Not all the books are. Well, most of the...
it wasn't a book. It was like an encyclopedia book.
Oh, gotcha. I could be wrong.
Like an official.
I was under the impression that he was.
I could be wrong
No,
too.
I think you're right. I think it's. I'm trying to think
pretty-
back to the
that's why
Clone Wars. I'm pretty sure in the
Honestly,
Clone Wars
Mandalorians never
movie.
took off their mask, but I thought that was a big thing of Boba Fett. Is like he didn't take off his because he's just Jango Fett.
Jango Fett took off his mask all the time. Like half. Well, then again, also, but it was also the Clone Wars movie, and that movie was not the greatest.
Mm-hmm.
But he took off his helmet. Like 90% of the movie, his helmet was off. Then he got his head cut off. But when he got his head cut off, it was still in the helmet because it's a lot easier to show, and you can still make it PG-13 if you just have a helmet on the ground. But anyway, no, Mandalorian was really good.
We're not giving spoilers.
We're not just no spoilers for Mandalorian. It came out on Monday though.
I wouldn't give spoilers because you got a lot. It's pretty new. I mean, Disney Plus in general is super new.
Are we gonna spoil Charlie's Angels?
Even though we
talk
got
about it because that movie was trash.
later on.
Yeah,
but like
that's gonna be the last thing we talk
Okay.
about.
But like Disney Plus, like I saw a thing. So I have like stocks on my phone, and
Dude, Disney shot
Disney
the
stocks
fuck
hit like a 52-week high the day after, or the day of, I guess technically.
Yeah,
I believe it.
And
They
then
went
they hit like 10 million subscribers first day. I'm like,
yeah.
that's
Did you see where
insane.
people are trying to roast Disney?
Yeah.
They're like, it
Why?
doesn't even have as much as Netflix. I'm like, it launched a
Yeah,
day
well, yeah,
ago, and it's
you're
almost
really-
there.
You're really comparing a 2-day-old service to
to like a
something that's been
5-year-old.
building their subscriber base for years. Like
How long
maybe
have you
a
had? How long
decade.
have y'all had Netflix?
I've been using Netflix since they sent you things in the mail.
I was gonna say because like I used to have the
Yes.
DVDs.
We had that.
I remember we had the DVDs.
I remember those.
But then you also had the computer. But like
Yeah.
it was very limited as to what was on the computer.
Yeah,
it was
for
like, oh, you
sure.
can also watch this online. But like you didn't want to do that because at the time you couldn't watch that on your TV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You watched it on your desktop. So I was like, oh, every now and then I watched one, but I was like, I mean, there was never anything good on there.
Yeah, for
Very
sure.
rarely was there good stuff on there. We'd always, I remember going and be like, oh, Ethan, you want to pick a movie?
I
My
saw.
dad would be like, Ethan, and I'd go and I'd scroll and I added the cart, and then like 3 days later it gets mailed, and we send it back.
I saw a pretty funny thing. It was a meme, and it was Master Splinter, like when he first gets the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and like Master Splinter was Netflix,
Yeah.
and then Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles were like Hulu, Disney Plus, Apple's new subscription,
Dude, Apple's is gonna be trash.
and
There's a
something
couple
else.
shows I want to watch on Apple, like Dickinson kind of looks
Something
good.
I
else,
really
but
wanna
either way,
watch
and then
the-
like it was them growing up, and like old Master Splinter was
Yeah.
still
I
Netflix,
love
Yeah.
and
that
like they're all guiding
template.
Netflix, and I'm
Yeah.
like, that's pretty good.
I feel
Yeah.
like Netflix is great, but I feel like there needs to be shake up for Netflix, and it's a very touchy subject to talk about because of the fact that it's a streaming service. So yeah, it's competition for Netflix, but it's also more money you have to pay if you want the Netflix originals or anything they do, and then all the Disney stuff.
I will say Netflix originals right now is definitely top of the game for original content.
Yeah, but Disney Plus
when
only
they
has
had the Marvel, I
Mandalorian.
feel
That's
like-
what I'm saying.
When
I'm
they had the
saying
Marvel
as of
license,
now.
I felt like
And
they
like-
were
As of
doing
now,
really
Disney's
good, so-
definitely gonna give it a run for its money.
I agree.
Hulu's originals not that good. Hulu's originals aren't that
Yeah,
good.
the
Now the
Marvel
Amazon
stuff is
originals,
bad.
Amazon originals
Okay.
are
Yeah.
fairly underrated.
I
They're
like
really
Jack Ryan. The
Jack
Boys
Ryan
good.
is really good. I have not watched The Boys yet. I keep meaning
What
to. I
I've seen
haven't
of
yet.
The Boys is good.
Everyone I've talked to that watches The Boys loves it. So I know Amazon's original shit is really good.
Yeah.
Hulu's is bad. Hulu's original stuff's bad.
I agree with
Especially
that.
their Marvel stuff was really bad.
Yeah.
I'd agree with
Runaways?
that.
Was
Yeah.
that?
See, I
Hulu
look you like
original
that
or
one.
was
Yeah,
that-
my girlfriend liked Runaways, but
I look you like that one.
I don't know.
Did you watch Cloak and Dagger?
I
I watched the first
didn't.
episode and I really liked it.
It's bad.
I really liked the first episode, but then I never watched more because I didn't want to go through the struggle of trying to find it.
I think it's one of those things, and with the fact that when I read the comics and I watch a really low budget TV show on some of these characters, it's just kind of it throws me off.
Yeah, I was kind of disappointed because Cloak and Dagger, like,
I'm
super
upset we
interesting.
never got the Hulu Ghost Rider show though.
I could have lived without it.
I wanted it.
Ghost Rider movie was not that good.
Everyone
but
hates on Ghost Rider.
Ghost Rider and Agents of Shield was actually kind of cool.
Brent, every time you don't turn off your alarm.
That weekly 2:00 alarm.
I had
See, this
one
is
go
also
off
why I
during
think
the
you
movie.
might struggle on first shift, is because you usually don't get out of bed until 2.
Yeah.
No,
At
he-
the
he probably-
earliest.
yeah,
At
probably
the
a little
earliest.
later. Yeah, I mean, he just needs to change when he goes to sleep, and he'll be fine.
Well, I'm not doing it anymore. I just came to the conclusion
Brent,
that
you have to think about it a little
Brent,
more.
you gotta think
But
about it
okay.
a little more.
I've thought about it.
But also, speaking competition, like Nickelodeon and Netflix have signed that deal.
I was gonna say Nickelodeon.
Which
Yeah, the
is
Nickelodeon
pretty-
Netflix deal is really good.
That's pretty big
I don't
baller
think-
moves by Netflix.
I don't think Netflix needed it. I'm hyped for it, but I don't think it was really a thing that would boost Netflix up because Netflix is still like high.
I agree. I think
I
it's
don't
more
think-
of a. It's
I
more of
don't-
a thing that the people don't
I don't think it was.
get
I
all
don't,
in on Disney Plus and forget about
I
Netflix. Like
think it
nobody's
was-
gonna forget about Netflix.
Yeah,
but
I
it's
don't-
more of like the Disney Plus is blowing up right now.
Yeah,
we
I
need
think
to
it was
hurry up and
Netflix's
do
like,
something
oh,
right
screw
now.
you, Disney Plus.
Yeah.
No,
Like,
I don't think it's. I don't think they're trying to compete. I think they're
I
trying to
really,
just say.
I really
don't think
think
it's.
that's what it was.
I don't think it's trying to compete. I don't think they're like, hey,
Definitely a
this
little
is
bit of
going to be better.
competition.
I think they're going to be like, hey, don't cancel us yet because we're bringing some
Yes.
Nickelodeon
No, you
shit
But
gotta-
that's
in.
still
you gotta
competition. That's
think
I mean,
that-
it is, but like,
competition
I think
style
it's
thing.
more. I think Netflix is worried that they're gonna sink below the surface. I mean, they're obviously
I think
not
the
going
thing
to,
is-
but they also want to stay on top. I don't think it's a competition to not die. I think it's a competition to be on the top.
I agree with that because I don't think any of
'Cause
these
they're definitely not
current
gonna- they're
streaming
not gonna die.
services are going to die because I think it's kind of
If
it's
anyone,
where everything's moving.
Yeah,
Like
it's like
cable is kind of dying out.
see, let's
I go
Yeah.
on all
Hulu's
my,
not gonna die
I go on all my
because
social
Hulu's
Hulu-
about
medias,
sports.
and like I see on all my
Hulu's
social
do you know
media,
it's owned by Disney?
I see a bunch
Yeah.
of people that it's like they don't put their foot in like the
Actually,
industry at all. Like
Well, I
they
didn't talk
keep
about this, but
they
yeah.
keep their ear low. They
Who?
don't know about everything coming out. Just a lot of people on my social medias, but I've seen a lot of people post about Disney Plus and how like awesome it is, and like they haven't kept up with Disney Plus throughout the entire time of it being like announced. So when it finally came out to the public, a lot of people were getting in and they're like, "Oh, this is amazing!" Like I see a lot of my friends who, like
mean, it's
said,
everything-
don't follow this, and they're like, "I love Disney Plus," because like I'll
I mean,
go
it's
through
definitely
Disney.
a good service.
I'll
no,
go
it's
through
a really
Disney
good
Plus.
service. I'm not gonna lie, I was a little disappointed.
Like I'll go through Disney Plus and I'll find a lot of things that I didn't know was on there. Like a bunch of old like DComs, a bunch of Disney Channel shows. They have Garfield, Tale of Two Kitties
Shut
on
up.
Disney
Do they have
Plus.
the third one now?
That's so. There's not a third one.
Yeah, no, I'm just messing.
That was a,
About to- oh
there's a
yeah,
touchback to Zombieland too, Brent.
reference.
Best movie we've seen.
They don't have Garfield 1 for some reason. That was
That's kind of weird.
really weird.
they have Garfield.
The
2,
thing
but
that
not
worries
Garfield
me
1.
though is, so I kind of thought, so you're getting the vibe right now where everything's going away from cable and we're kind of splitting into everyone's streaming
Dude,
services.
fuck cable.
Mm.
So that's the whole thing. Like the whole idea is like, what's the point of everyone splitting their own streaming service?
Yeah.
If you're paying even $5 a month for 10 streaming services,
Yeah,
that's
I get you.
$50 a month. You're back to what cable was.
Yeah.
So
I think
like,
it's
but
more
like
of
the
a-
thing is, Hulu's kind of had like they have live sports,
Yeah.
but like they've kind of pulled in a live TV style sort of thing. Like they'll post live television shows.
Yeah, I will say I really do.
But like
like
the thing
that's
is,
why, that's why I
it's
haven't-
owned by Disney.
So
So
that's why I
Disney's
haven't
kind of got a
dropped the-
monopoly over
Yeah.
entertainment, which
I would
is
say Disney
can
scares
be
the
kind of scary.
Yeah, Disney and Apple.
Yeah.
Apple. I mean,
I see
Apple's not really
Apple
that
just
much of a
Apple's not
fucking
really
monopoly.
Amazon scarier than Apple.
Yeah, Amazon is for sure scary.
Because Amazon could ruin the in-store business.
Freaking Jeff Bezos.
I love me Jeff Bezos,
Dude, Jeff
but
Bezos is a baller.
Amazon could ruin the in-store business. But
I
I don't
think
think
the-
I just don't think you'll ever lose it. I don't know though, because I think you definitely see a shift. Like obviously grocery shopping, I think is gonna stay
Mm-hmm.
in stores, but like actual shopping, like I don't even buy video games in CD anymore. I do like buying Blu-ray movies. That's about it.
Yeah, I buy
Like as far as a
Blu-rays.
physical disc.
I would buy physical games if I wasn't on PC. Like
Yeah.
if it's a PS4 or Switch exclusive, I'll buy a physical version of
Well,
it.
Switch makes sense for sure.
But even PS4, like I'll buy a physical PS4 game.
But
And
I
even
think,
Switch, like I have a big SD card, so like I could buy digital. Sometimes I do if I can't get out to Walmart. And yes, I go to Walmart because all the games are $10 cheaper.
Dude,
and one thing I'll say,
Walmart's-
everyone wants to report on that. As soon as Pokemon comes out, they're like, "Oh, you can get Pokemon for $10 cheaper at Walmart." They've been doing this for literally like 6 months. Shut up, Siri.
Dude, Brent snapped. Dude, Brent, you snap once every episode.
Yeah.
Just one episode. Like, what was it, last episode? Like, you just...
I don't think
you
I
just-
snapped.
No,
last
you bit
episode.
Billy's head off or something.
but I just think it's hard to compete with like the Amazon because of the price and everything. It's just so
Yeah.
Dude.
it's so hard to compete with because you have an extra step to get it to Walmart in the stores and then back to you. Like
Dude,
it's just an extra step
as
that you
much
take
as like,
completely
yeah, I'm
out.
like, part of me is like, support local businesses, but then also I really love the fact that I can
just
order something
go to
and
work
it be on my doorstep the
come home.
next day.
Yeah.
Like even like these
Like
mics.
that's wild.
Like
And
even
it also
like,
depends on where you live. If you live, you can get it same day depending on what
Yeah.
time you order it.
like
Like where my
Amazon's-
cousin lives and where my cousin used to live. I think it was either where he's at now in Louisville, or it may have been where he was when he was living in Bowling Green. But I know at some point, depending on where he was, because he was close enough to wherever the distribution center was, some days if he ordered it in the morning, he could get shit from Amazon the same day.
well, I would think
which is
Louisville is probably pretty.
nuts.
I mean, Louisville's a hub for a lot of
That's wild.
goods that are shipped.
Amazon is just like a crazy service because you get Amazon Prime, which obviously you can ship things faster.
Yeah, but,
Then
if
like,
you have
you get-
Prime, you automatically
yeah,
get
so you
video.
you
get
get Amazon Video
and
and
music.
music.
and
Yeah.
you get a Twitch sub, which
Do you?
That's true
a
too.
lot of people
That's
won't
true too.
care about that, but it
Yeah.
is
I didn't
pretty
know you
cool.
got a Twitch sub,
You
and I
get
have
free
Amazon
Twitch
Prime.
sub
You get a
every
Prime
month,
sub, dude.
which is giving
Do you
someone
even
on
watch
Twitch
Twitch?
money. So hit me up with that Twitch sub every month.
Prime
YouTube.
sub, dude. What a plug. That's a hell of a plug right there. That was a smooth transition, Brent. But yeah, I just think Amazon's scary. Disney, as far as the entertainment space, is just super scary because of how much they own and how
Monopolies
much.
can get like insane, but I think to a point where we're at right now, I feel like it's fine because you're getting more content in one area. I get the whole monopoly thing, but it's like $8 a month for Disney, and they own so much to where you're paying $8 a month and you're getting Marvel, Star Wars.
Yeah, but the thing
Disney,
is, you're only getting
Pixar,
like
Fox,
Disney
like,
Plus. You're
The
getting that,
Simpsons
but
on
Disney owns
Plus.
Hulu.
Yeah.
So like you're paying for Hulu going to Disney.
Yeah,
Disney
then-
owns ESPN. You're paying for an ESPN Plus. It's going to Disney. So like, that's the big thing. It's not the fact that Disney owns all Disney stuff, but people don't realize that Disney
How much
also
other
owns.
shit Disney owns?
Dude, Disney owns
Dude,
a
Disney's fucking
shit
huge.
ton of stuff.
I think as long as it stays pro-consumer, then I don't really care where my money goes.
Yeah, I agree
I would
with Brent
agree.
on that.
And like, I'm not I don't really have because I
Like
think
that
everything
whole
they have
bundle
is
for
great.
like $13 a month for Hulu, ESPN, and Disney Plus, like that's pro-consumer in my opinion.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
No,
I
it
would pay
is.
for that.
I would pay for that.
I'll
Just
say I
to
really
watch
like-
basketball every once.
Well,
in
see,
a while.
also Hulu has a really big,
I'm a big sports guy.
So
Yeah.
Disney also owns Spotify. Do they?
Do they?
I think so. Oh, well, I know Disney.
Yeah, that would make sense because Hulu and Spotify have a
Do
thing.
they?
Yeah.
I don't know because Spotify's doing a thing with Xbox Game Pass right now.
But
I don't know.
Spotify
Maybe
also has a
Spotify might
thing
just
with
be a
Hulu.
partner company.
yeah, they might be pretty big in partnerships. I could see
But
that.
anyway, so like, I will say, there are a lot of big companies now that are doing a lot for students, like college students. They give a lot of subscription deals for students. Netflix doesn't. Disney
is
Plus,
true.
Disney Plus doesn't, but also Disney Plus came out this week, so I would
Yeah.
not be surprised if they did in the future. But like Spotify and Hulu, you can get a Spotify and Hulu
$5
subscription.
for both of them.
One thing that makes me mad is
But
like
yeah, but you can get it for $2 and it locks you in for a year.
That's nuts.
Disney
So
Plus came
I like
out-
my little brothers in Bellarmine. I don't know if this counts as password sharing, but my little brother's in Bellarmine, so
It's actually
I
worse
just,
than password sharing.
I just give him $1 and he uses
Yeah.
it, and I pay for Spotify on my own, so I just use his Hulu. But it gives you more than one account, so he's paying for it.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it's not really password sharing because it's
No,
not like
it's not.
a load of people.
Yeah, I mean, if
Just
you're paying
me
for
and-
your own 2 accounts, it's different.
I mean, yeah, but I have my own Spotify. But like, he gets Spotify and Hulu for like $2 a month,
Yeah, it's nuts.
which is nuts. And also, I don't know if Brent did, but I know you did, and I did the other day. Cashed in on that free Google Home.
Oh, dude, that was hype.
But
I
like,
haven't yet.
That was hype.
part of me feels like that's a ploy
What,
to just
to
get
Google
more
in
of it
here?
into people's homes.
I mean, I don't really care.
Like, I'm sure it is because
Like,
I
saw
know,
that. I saw
'cause
that
I
thing.
know they get so much information. Like, the more you use it, the more information they get to you, the more they can add to you. Because you have to link your Google account. So
Yeah.
depending on what you ask it, they get like your location, and like obviously they get your location because you ask for the weather. So everyone in the area that has a Google Home, they know where that person's located at.
Mhm.
As in, so for product wise, like I can see who's buying what's big in this area.
Yeah,
Like,
it's nuts.
so like I guarantee you, like I'm like 90% certain that the whole reason they did the free Google Home is to just get it in the homes. It's to get more information from the consumer.
Did you see the thing where Google partnered with like some health company to where they pretty much now Google can access your health records and they can provide things where like if they know that you sprained your knee, they might be able to offer you more things on
I feel like that's super illegal.
Yeah,
Wait,
there's
what was
people.
it?
It's been approved, but there's also companies looking into it to make sure it doesn't do targeted ads. Because if it does targeted ads,
How
then
does it
they're
know
gonna
you
get
sprained
shut
your
down.
knee?
That just sounds like
they
it's
go
super
through-
against HIPAA.
So is it
Yeah,
like
they're
so
supposed
like
to
does
go
it,
through
is
your
it
medical records?
does it
and-
listen because I'm like fuck I sprained my knee?
No,
and
they
then I'll
have
get an ad
access
for
to your
like a knee
medical
brace?
records.
Who has access to my medical
Google.
records? Why?
I don't know. They signed.
Fuck
a thing.
off, Google.
They signed a thing where they want to use that to be able to help people more, like if they have like a health problem.
That seems
But I don't-
sketchy to me.
I
That
don't-
seems dangerous.
I don't remember the rest of the article.
I'm reading it right now.
Yeah, because I would say they could do targeted ads, but that's the thing is that there's companies looking into it to make sure it's not targeted ads. Because if so, that's illegal, and they're gonna shut it down. So I don't know
Yeah.
what they're trying to use that for.
I don't know what
specifically.
they would gain from that information. Is the only thing.
I don't fully believe they're trying to do it harmfully, but at the same time, it could be used that way if need
I don't think
be.
they're trying to harm yet. I don't. Well, I don't think that's where they're headed. But I think they're on employ, or they're on a mission to get as much information from the most people as possible, as quickly as possible, before other companies get it.
Mhm.
I just feel like they can't give out, like, there's a lot of, like, patient-doctor confidentiality when you,
Yeah.
like, go to the hospital.
Yeah.
Like, they're not allowed, like, if you're a nurse, you're not allowed to talk about your
Maybe
patients.
some muffins.
Like, you're just not, like, there's a lot of rules that
Yeah,
say
no,
you
for
can't
sure,
talk
for
about,
sure.
like, if you go to psychiatrists, like, that's healthcare. Like, you can't.
Yeah. The only time that they can speak is if you're going to harm yourself or someone else.
Yes.
Other than that, they can't say shit.
And I don't
But
even
they
know, if
do.
you're 18, I don't even know if they can. I would think.
I
they
mean, if
can-
you're gonna harm someone else, they can. Like,
yeah,
for
if they're
sure.
gonna harm someone else, yeah, for sure.
I don't know, but
But
like,
if you're
yeah.
yourself, they're probably just gonna give you a lot of
I don't
other
know, but
ways.
that's super. I mean, that's super sketchy.
Yeah, so
I
it's
don't
kind of
like
weird
that.
that Google can get. Like, I wouldn't think that'd be legal.
I don't think.
I could see them getting the general info. Like, we've had, like, if you're a hospital and they're like, we've had this many people come in with sprained ankles in the area. Like, I feel like that's
And then
that
they'll go and fix a
alone
pothole.
would be a little different. Yeah, but I don't really get what that would do.
Remember the time? Okay, I don't know.
Or like,
I don't
we
know.
have this many
Is
people
Domino's
gunshot
still
wounds
doing that
coming
thing
in.
where they'll fix potholes?
I don't know.
Did you
That's
see
great.
that?
Yeah,
Remember
the
that?
pizza. Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. Did you know about that? So Domino's did this thing because obviously one of the biggest complaints is everyone would complain. All these fucking potholes. Like, where's all my tax dollars going? No one's fixing these potholes. So, and then Domino's put out an ad. They're like, "Are you we're like, we hate potholes just as much as you do. We don't want to ruin a good pizza by going over a pothole. So it's like, if you have a pothole, like, send us an email and
Yeah.
we will come and fill it." And they legitimately did do it. I don't know if they probably still are. They're just not running ads for it anymore. But
I
like,
can
if you
see that.
send Domino's an ad for a pothole where you live, they will come and fill it. Like, I mean, obviously they're not going to just do every pothole,
But Domino's.
but
is
like,
the goat,
I mean,
dude.
it depends on
It's
where they're at.
legendary.
But still, like, that's nuts. Like, also, one, fuck the government. First of all, for why the fuck is a pizza? Why the hell is a pizza company fixing my potholes? I feel like that shouldn't be happening.
we got to spend our money on a lot better things.
Like what?
I don't know. Probably some stupid shit.
Charlie's Angels.
Dude, I swear if that was made by the government.
Charlie's Angels was nuts. There's no way that was made by the government because
Trump
it was
made
terrible.
That himself.
Yeah, Trump
made
would not.
Charlie's
Trump would not
Angels.
let that pass.
Yeah.
All right, where are we at?
Disney Plus.
we
Is there
have
any things you want to go over? I want to talk about Lady and the Tramp because I watched that.
I did not watch that yet.
Is that? Did
The
you
live
see
action.
Oh, there's a live action one.
Yeah, it's on
Yeah,
Disney Plus.
It's
Did you not
Disney
know
Plus
that?
original, which is insane because I had seen the marketing for it like while back. Like I knew they were making the movie. I didn't know it was a Disney Plus original. Like I booted up the app and there's Lady and the Tramp, Disney Plus original. I'm like, what?
Was it good?
I liked it. I think stop shaking the lava lamp. You're gonna mess it up.
I wanted to make it do the thing.
Yeah, it's about Alka-Seltzer in it,
Alka-Seltzer Plus?
probably.
But yeah.
But the CGI was a little bit rough. But other than that, like I really enjoyed it. I like.
Are there people in it?
Yeah, there's actual people.
Okay, so
I,
it's a
I was
live
about
action.
to say, like,
I was gonna say, is this considered? Well, no, because they use actual
Is it
dogs.
a-
It's not CGI.
Yeah. I was
Uh,
about to say, I like the actual people that are in it too.
I
Like
remember- I remember when it came
family
out.
of Lady.
People were complaining about the fuck. What's the dog? What's the mutt's name? In Lady and the Tramp.
Tramp.
They don't really give him a name.
I guess it is Tramp.
I don't know.
Yeah, like they
But
call
anyway.
him Butch a couple times, but he doesn't really have a name.
Anyway, people were complaining about the dog they cast to be in it. They're like, it doesn't look anything like the dog in the. I was like, the dog was a mutt.
Yeah,
Like mutts, like
Or dirty.
that's the point.
Yeah.
It's a mutt.
yeah.
it's a
the
mixed
way he
breed.
was in the
Like
animated
all mutts
movie
look
was...
like you don't breed them. Like you don't breed for a mutt. A mutt is a mixed breed of two dog breed. Like it's like you know what I mean. Like they were being so cynical about the fact that it didn't look exactly like it did in animated, but they still used a mutt.
Yeah,
And I'm pretty sure both the dogs were rescues anyway, which is super cool.
Mhm.
for sure.
Like people, I mean, people just find anything to bitch about
The
nowadays.
movie was really good. Like I really enjoyed it. Like
I
guess
wanna
wasn't-
see it.
It wasn't amazing, but
Did you watch
I,
the Phineas and Ferb movie yet?
it's not out.
I thought it
That's-
said it was release day.
That's 2020.
No, it said release
Yes,
day.
I just looked at it last night.
It said
says
release
2020.
day. I'm salty.
There is no Phineas and Ferb on Disney Plus.
I mean the Fourth Dimension one or whatever is on there. The one that,
one was alright.
but man, I was ready to watch that.
But Lady and the Tramp, the last. I want to preface I've not seen the original. Like I know it's been on the TV when I was a little kid, but I don't remember enough to say I've seen it. I know I've seen it.
We've
I know
definitely
I've seen it,
but
but
I'm
like-
with you. Like I for sure have seen it, but like
Yeah, the only thing I remember is like the spaghetti meatball scene or whatever that is.
Oh, dude, the way they do that in the live action movie, it's so wholesome, and I really enjoy it. It's weird. It's so comical when you think about like two people just letting dogs just like
eat spaghetti.
yeah, and love each other. Like it's really funny, but like the way they do it in the live action one's actually really well, and I really enjoy it. Ethan,
yeah.
you don't need two pop filters.
Anyway,
Double the pop. But yeah, I mean Disney Plus
hold up.
killing
And
it. Probably gonna
The
continue to
last
kill
part
it.
of
'cause
Lady
it's
and the
Disney.
Tramp is like it's insanely wholesome, and I really enjoy it.
Did
Like,
you see the
I'm
Lion
sure it's in the
King
animated movie.
live action?
I have not. I want to.
I-
I might buy it on Blu-ray
I was
soon.
like,
And I
I-
was gonna say
I heard that was no good.
the effects on like the on
It's
the
just
dogs,
animated,
the
it's not
CGI,
live
like they're
action.
more expressive. I feel like than Lion King. They're not like insanely expressive, but I feel
yeah,
like
because
they
that movie
didn't-
had to have been
Yeah, I feel
so
like they
fucking
didn't-
expensive
they
because
didn't
it's
go as like
100%
realistic as Lion King wanted to.
realism CGI,
That's nuts.
which is stupid because it's an animated movie.
I feel like this one actually like I
It's
know
live
people
action,
hate.
Do you know it
li-
did not get so Disney, I think they are maintaining the fact that it's a live action film because they did not put it up for any awards in the animation fields. None.
That's crazy.
For I can't remember what.
the Oscars.
I don't think it was the Oscars. Something. Whatever. Big something. But they did not put it in for any animated. So I guess they're standing by the fact it's live action, which it absolutely is not a live action film. It's 100%.
I don't care. It's live action.
It's
Like,
animated.
There's a lot of people that want to feel like
It's
they
all
know something, so they're
CGI.
like, it's animated. Like, it's
It
live
is.
action. Like, I get the sentiment, but it's shot and made into the way that it's supposed to be live action. Like, it's a realistic movie. It's not even, like, cartoonish CGI. So, like, I get both sides of the argument, but I genuinely just, like, I'm on the side of, like, let's just stop fighting semantics and just call it a live action movie. Like, what does it benefit from trying to act like it's only live action? I mean that it's only animated.
I don't know. I still stand by the fact it's animated because here's the thing. If you nominate a movie or you put a movie up for live action, what topics are gonna or what categories are gonna go under? Best leading actor, best supporting actor, but there aren't any actors. They're all voice actors, and voice actors go under the animation category.
True.
That's why I think it's animated because it's all voice actors.
I don't know.
Don't get me
really
wrong. The
buy it.
animation's beautiful. Like it looks really good. But from what I've heard, I haven't seen it yet. It seems like it adds nothing to the movie. It seems like they just made the movie look.
Now,
really,
I was gonna
really,
say
really good.
with Lady and the Tramp, I know people hate live action remakes. I don't mind them. Like if you don't like it, I guess just don't watch it. I don't mind them, but my thing with it, real quick, is that I felt like there was an actual passion to make this movie. Like I really felt like there was. Like I guess they made it because they're like, hey, let's remake our movies. But I feel like the people involved in it had a set passion. They enjoyed it because it didn't feel lifeless or heartless. Like I really enjoyed this movie, and like I wouldn't say it had the same passion as Lion King. Which say what you want about the movie, I feel like it was a passion project for Jon Favreau. Like I feel like he really worked a lot, like long and hard, trying to make this movie because it looks beautiful.
No,
see, you can't tell me.
it looks
even
gorgeous.
if you don't like The Lion King, you can't tell me that they did that for a paycheck. Like maybe Disney wrote it off for a paycheck, but the people making it,
No, I totally
definitely. Like I'm not saying you. I'm just saying like people in general.
I totally agree with what you're saying.
Like the people making it, I feel like were passionate about it, and I feel like Lady and the Tramp is too, but like not on the level of Jon Favreau and all them with Lion King.
I just feel like it's a cheap cop out to not have to make original content anymore. You know how many live actions we've gotten in the past like 3 years?
Yeah, it's kind of annoying, the trend.
Because they're like, oh, we don't have to write anything. We don't have to come up with this. Like, we just have to retouch up a script and cast people.
I guess.
Like,
but
that's
I feel
it.
like it's
That's
a
all
nice
you gotta
filler.
do.
I feel like it's something.
Like, the hard part.
I like seeing how they
is
translate into live action. Like, and I
See,
wouldn't
I
say
get
it's the
it. I
hard part
think-
because they still have to skim through. They have to say like, okay, how do we script this out? What do we take out?
Here's the thing.
I feel like it's harder than animation because you have to actually like piece out set design and like.
I think
effects
some
and
of
stunts.
them are necessary and some add to the story, but I think also some aren't. Like, I don't think The Lion King, nothing was added to the fact of it being made live action. It's not a movie that needs to be made live action.
But I feel like it's a really cool piece to be like. What
No,
would
it's
this
cool,
look
but
like?
I feel like it wasn't necessary. Like
I get your side.
like
of it.
now the Beauty and the Beast live action was
I haven't
beautiful.
Seen that
Very
yet.
good.
I haven't
was
seen
very
that
good.
yet.
Very
It was
good.
fantastic. The casting was on point. It added a lot to the story to be able to see a lot. But that's a movie that really works to be made.
I feel like the
Into
Maleficent
live
movies do too. I haven't seen.
But they're not. They
two.
were.
But they weren't really
I like
animated.
Maleficent
it's a
'cause it's
spin-off.
kind of
That's
a
what I'm
spin-off
saying. Like the
original.
live action Disney stuff. Like I feel like that's a route they should take. Was like the Maleficent route, where like they take a tale and they flip it on its head and they add something to it, pretty much making their own universe.
Yeah,
in
but
live
that's different
action.
than I think what Ethan's trying to say.
No,
is
I
with the
get
whole.
what you're saying.
Yeah.
My point is that they should try to do more stuff like Maleficent.
I agree with that
Here's the
because
thing.
Maleficent's really
So
good.
far, the only ones for me that have worked, the live action ones, are the live action musicals. And I hate musicals. But like Beauty and the Beast
I love
worked really
musicals.
well.
Yep.
Aladdin
I
worked
haven't seen
really
it.
well.
I did like Aladdin a lot.
Aladdin
it got a
worked
lot of flack
really
for
well.
The genie CGI,
Mulan?
but
Probably going to be pretty good.
I would
I
think
go
hope
see
so.
that
Mulan's
one.
good. Like I really, I know there's
Lion
like a white.
King?
I know there's a
should I say that?
whitewashing
Lion King
controversy.
Yeah, it's a
Lion King
musical
was
for sure.
musical. But you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
if there's no people, do you really need to make it into live action? I don't know.
I agree.
It's weird.
They're not like top tier cinema, but I think it's kind of just fun to see how they do it.
I mean,
Like,
it's
that's
fun, but
kinda-
I feel like it's a cash grab. To me, it's a cash grab.
Maybe by the corporate Disney, but I think they definitely do employ people that are passionate about the things they're making.
sure. I'm not arguing that.
And I think that's my like. I'm not even saying you guys do it. I see a lot on the internet like people want to call things soulless when they don't want to take into account like video games, movies, whatever. They don't want to take into account the people that are making it. That because game developers, animators, it's not like they're making millions of dollars. Like they're going in
Making
for a
$2 million
paycheck, making like probably a decent amount, but not like
So
they're
actually-
making as much as like CEOs or anything.
Talking about the
So
game
they're
industry,
trying to do their own passionate work.
The game design industry is shit to work for.
Yeah, it's awful. I wanted to do it
I've
for
heard
a while.
nothing but bad things.
That's
Like,
crazy.
like they treat you like shit. You barely get overtime pay. You have to work super long hours, and usually when a project's
crunch is a huge thing.
yeah. So like you work 16 to 18 hours a day.
That's nuts. I
Um,
couldn't.
Yeah, and people still want to call things soulless.
Yeah, they'll work and then once the project's done, you're done. You're out of work. Like you're not guaranteed.
That's
you're
why
not guaranteed X amount. You're guaranteed till the project's done.
That's why I don't like
And you
doing
don't-
boycotts. Like I hate boycotts. Like if you want to do it, fine. If it's got a
If you
reason.
boycotts it,
but
it
I
really
hate
only
doing
hurts
it because, like,
it hurts the developers.
Every time I see a boycott, I think of the developers that had to deal with crunch like their entire career. They had to come in every day, not making like bank or anything. They're not making a lot of money, and they're putting in their soul to this game for like the CEO to mess up and do something stupid, and everyone's like, I'm not buying this game. Screw the
Yeah, the
developers.
CEO doesn't hurt at all.
And then those developers get laid off because the
Yeah,
company
CEOs
thinks they're
never
not
hurt.
making that much money.
Dude,
But we
like,
should probably get back to our
Fuck
topics.
fuck corporate America.
I
But-
agree.
We can talk about some trailers.
Yeah, trailer talk.
There's a lot of pretty good ones this week.
Sonic. I'm actually.
Oh, we're going right away into the best one.
I
Dude,
guess,
absolutely.
yeah.
Sonic was the best one.
Oh,
best
for
trailer
sure.
that dropped.
I like Sonic. I feel like they made it look more fun.
I'm
It looks really. I don't know how I feel about Jim Carrey. That's
Yeah,
my
Jim-
biggest thing. I'm like
I'm
kind
not
of.
a huge Jim Carrey fan. I feel like he's wacky to be wacky.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
like
but
I'm-
he's a wacky dude.
Yeah,
it's hard to catch the vibe
in
from
any
the trailer.
movie he's in, he's Jim
He's
Carrey.
he's
and
a
I don't
fun
think
he's a
that's
fun
good
wacky
actor.
he's a fun wacky dude. Oh, okay, but okay.
I
here's
feel
the
like
thing.
he could do a
Hold up.
really good job in that
Here's-
spot.
So
but it
you
could
feel
also
like
be
every
really
movie
cringy.
Jim Carrey's in, he's Jim Carrey, and you don't feel like that's a good actor. But you shat all over me when I said the same thing about Sylvester Stallone about Rocky.
He's not
because
always
I said
Stallone,
because
though.
I said they write roles for him, and you said, and I quote, you said, but that's good writing. That like he can act a character, so they write him in that character. But when an actor you like does it, it's fine. That's good writing. But when an actor you don't like does it, that's not a good actor.
Okay, I'm
Dude,
hearing
Jim
you.
Carrey's an amazing actor.
Listen,
His facial expressions,
Listen.
his
He's
stand-up
very good.
comedy, he's nuts.
I'm hearing
like-
you, and I agree.
So,
I need
like-
to.
That's a respectable
recalculate-
opinion, as Brent would say.
No, like I need to recalculate.
You could also
what
call it-
I-
You might
I'm
be able to call
saying-
it an uncultured opinion.
Wow.
Oh,
I do
But
need to
don't-
like.
Okay,
I
we
do-
need a little bell ding every time we drop the name of the podcast.
I do need to kind of like reevaluate, like
Your life choices.
no, what I'm saying on that front. Because
my
I feel
life
like
in general.
there's some points right where I feel like if you have something that works, like especially with Stallone, since he has that kind of like disability on him, I feel like
Wait, what disability does he have?
there was
That he's a bad actor?
no, there was that voice he does. That's not his voice. That's something like I think he was born with it or something happened when he was a kid that like gave him that kind of like way he talks. So like they got stuff like that. I feel like if you write something around that character, and also Stallone writes a lot of his movies, so I can understand that part. But when I think of bad writing for
Yeah,
an
but every
actor-
time
Hold on.
Stallone,
When I
every time
think of
Stallone
bad
writes a
writing for
movie,
an
he's
act-
always the hero.
I guess, but when I
Like he always writes himself up.
I mean,
He's like, I'm gonna
not-
be this badass big dude
not in
who
Creed.
fucks shit up.
Creed, he's just a mentor. But when I think of bad writing for an actor, I think of Melissa McCarthy. I feel like she's always wrote as like a fat
Melissa
bumbling-
McCarthy is terrible.
Yeah, she's always wrote as a fat bumbling idiot because she played that a good like one time, so that's all she's wrote as. I'm sure she could be a good actor, but that's all she wrote is a fat bumbling idiot. That's all studios write her for. So that's
You're really struggling to say the word bumbling.
Whatever.
Brent's just roasting Melissa McCarthy right now.
Dude,
No, I
honestly,
feel like
I'm
she
with
could
him on
be a
this one.
good
Fuck
actor.
Melissa McCarthy.
I feel like she could be a good actress if she tried. It's just like she doesn't get wrote.
Yeah,
good
no, I
roles.
get what you said. Every role,
And that's why I feel with Jim Carrey. I feel like they always like write him as like this wacky guy who's.
but
like,
he's
this-
a wacky dude.
yeah, but
He can do other. Here's the thing. He can do other things. Like fuck, what's that movie? It's really good. It's The Truman Show. He's not a
Never seen
wacky
it.
guy in The Truman Show, but it's not as popular as those other movies.
I guess I'm a huge believer in like the Jax Films motto of random doesn't equal funny. So it's like,
100%. I hate that shit. I absolutely agree. Random does not
and
equal funny.
I feel like not all the time. I'll give him credit, but I feel like Jim Carrey does do that sometimes, where he's kind of random and people like it because he's. Same with Jeff Goldblum. I love Jeff Goldblum, but I feel like sometimes he's just like really.
When is he random?
I'm not saying
is Jeff-
random. Listen, I was gonna explain it. I feel like he sometimes just gets whimsical and wacky to where the point everyone's like, "Oh, it's cool," but I don't know. I don't want to hate on Jeff Goldblum because I like Jeff Goldblum, and also I don't really have an argument because I can't really think of one right now.
No, but like I totally get what you're saying with Melissa McCarthy because like every movie she's in, she plays
The same person.
she
Yeah.
plays the exact same person.
And
she
they're
plays
not funny. There's
she
like
plays-
one
That's
movie
why
that's
I
funny.
didn't
See,
like the female
she-
Ghostbusters.
She plays a really wacky, goofy, stupid. Being overweight is a character trait.
Yeah.
I hate that.
And that was a problem with the
Like-
2016 Ghostbusters. Like they wrote everyone as a stereotype. Like
Yeah,
Chris
like, don't write
Hemsworth
this.
was written awful. Like he was just supposed to be.
The hot
the-
nerd.
Yeah, he was the guy that was stupid.
I hate that. I hate writing the stereotypes. Like that ruins movies.
yeah.
Like
I agree.
like write an original
And then
fucking
you had
character.
Leslie Jones was just like the black chick that because she's black she knows like the streets.
Exactly.
Like that was stupid. Like
Yeah.
give her credit. Like just because she's black she has to be the on the streets guy. Like, they did that in Ghostbusters, but I feel like it was a perfect like in the original. But I feel like it was a perfect opportunity to make her a scientist, make her like smart or do something, to not play into a stereotype.
Yeah, to not write the stereotype.
Yeah.
So I totally agree with you. I really hate. Yeah, I hate writing the stereotype because like, I don't like this is probably gonna come off way wrong, but like Melissa McCarthy, like she's always portrayed as the overweight, eats herself because of depression, but she's super funny, so she masks it. Like that's the character she plays. Like why can't she just be a large actress? Like just make her be a normal person.
Yeah.
Like why do you have to write the stereotype and like push that role on her that everyone sees her as now?
Yeah.
And then because everyone sees her as that, they see people of her size like that. So everyone who's big, who's a woman, like every big comedic woman, like they all have to be funny and stupid and hate themselves. Like why can't you just write them as an original character?
It kind of goes into what
like who's the other
Like,
one?
why can't they just be funny?
Yeah.
Like,
Why,
like,
yeah,
like,
this
you
is-
don't
why
have
can't
to-
you be funny? Why
like,
do you have
just
to
be
be funny
funny.
because of your weight?
Yeah.
Like,
And,
why do you
like-
have to be the fat funny one?
Yeah.
Like you can be fat and funny, but you don't have to make all your jokes be about being
being
fat.
fat.
Like that's my biggest issue is because like all her movies they always make jokes about her being fat. And, like
Yeah.
I get it, she's okay with it and she's comfortable.
Yeah.
But like she can be funny. Like she is funny, but she's not funny because she's fat. She's funny because she's funny.
Yeah, like people are just
But
funny.
that's why I hate Amy Schumer.
Amy
Schumer is awful. Did you watch her watch the Leather special? Watch the first 10
I haven't
minutes.
yeah.
The entirety
She's
of
gotten
it.
annoying lately.
She's super annoying. And
I loved her
she's
early
like,
career.
She's like, I'm fat and I have a vagina and that's why I'm funny.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
like her whole skit is based on her being overweight, which she's really not. She's larger than the average actress, but she's not.
She's not overweight.
She's not
at all.
overweight, but because she's like, she makes jokes about
She's
her being
large,
fat, and
yeah,
she's like,
for
oh, I'm a. She's like, so
The
she's like, I'm
Hollywood
a-
standard.
like,
but
yeah, but like her jokes are not funny because she tries to play the stereotypes because that's what people dig into,
Yeah.
and that's what they push.
I think it kind of goes into what me and Ethan were talking about on the way home from the movie. And let me talk for a second, just so I make sure I have
No,
all my
I'm gonna
hold
interrupt
on.
you.
Just to make sure I have all my points out there and people understand clearly where I'm going from, because I know when I set this up, people are gonna think I'm talking in a different direction. So, like with forced diversity in movies, I'm all for diversity because, and recently, like I've been looking at different because I would always hate forced diversity, but at the same time, who's to say that we can't have? Who's to say women can't have women-centric movies or like LGBT-centered movies? Like,
This is a very hot take podcast.
like who are we to say that?
it's gonna get hot.
Who are we to say that they can't have movies for themselves? But I think it also comes down to the way studios want to present it, because I'm all for having them in movies, and
Them.
I'm fine. You know what
I
I
don't
mean?
know the way you said
Dude,
it.
when people say that,
I'm
it's one of
really
the
not-
most
I'm really
annoying
not trying
things
to
ever.
offend,
What?
I'm sorry.
Well, people will be like, "Oh, you're gonna say they or them," and
Yeah.
I'm like, "Yeah, I mean that's one of the that's a pronoun that I'm using to talk
For
about
plural.
a group.
Yeah.
Like
Anyway,
it's not. You don't mean it in a
Yeah,
discriminatory
I really,
way
I
at
really
all.
don't mean to offend at all.
No, anyway, continue.
You're
on
pretty
your point.
offensive.
So
Ben.
basically, like, because I really like when they write them well to, like, you know a character's gay, they're gay, they, like, it's a girl, she hits on a girl, that's fine. I'm okay with that. That's life. That's perfectly normal. It's when studios,
It's forced.
yeah, it's when studios want to be woke or something, and they make,
Woke.
they make
Use the word woke.
they make a character,
Hashtag woke.
they make a character be like, guys, I'm gay. Or they have the supporting cast be like, you're gay? What? Like, that's when I think studios need to write it well. Because, like I
I
said,
agree,
like,
'cause that's not
doing
how
it
it's
the right
gonna
way.
happen.
If you just have a character that's from the get go, they're gay, they hit on people, that's fine. You make it normal and not like make attention to it. Then I feel like you're appeasing everybody. You're appeasing the people that don't want forced diversity, which I think you need to stop complaining about diversity, because I feel like there's been so many years where it's just been straight white dudes in movies. So like the other sides need time to shine. But on the other hand, it appeases the group of people that's being represented. Like, they're not looking like just oddballs, they're looking like normal people, which they are normal people. And I think studios need to like look into that more and stop writing them in a way to where it draws attention and make like they want it to be normalized, but they're not normalizing it because they're drawing attention
Because
to
they're
it
making
too much.
they're making a point to be diverse.
Yeah, they're
Here's the
making
thing.
it a problem.
In my opinion, here's what I think: diversity will be accurately and correctly represented in film when they stop trying to accurately and correctly represent diversity in film. I
Yeah.
think that is the issue now, is not the fact that they're not diverse, they're forcing diversity. So it's
I would
not
agree.
natural. They're like, oh, we don't have this many people of color, or we don't have this many gay people, or we don't have this many trans people, or whatever. So they're throwing them in there, but they're not throwing them in the way that makes sense. But because they're throwing them in there, they're being like, hey, look who we threw in here. Like, this character's gay, or this character's black.
Yeah.
And like, they're like, look, we're diverse, but it doesn't make sense. And like,
It's like when
and then it's more objectifying them and using them as a stance than using them as a normal character.
I agree.
So instead of using them as a character and making them, normal, you're making a big thing about it, and then you're going in the exact opposite direction.
Yeah,
I
would
think
agree.
it's like when companies like video game or movies come out and they're like, by the way, guys, we have a trans character in our game or movie, and then you watch the movie or play the game and like
You cannot tell.
Yeah,
at all.
you never would have known.
They're
that.
just doing it to say
Yes,
it.
I hate that a lot.
See, like, I will say, I'm gonna go ahead and jump into Charlie's Angels real quick. As
We
much
need to get into
as
Charlie's
much
Yeah,
as
'cause
I
we're running out of time.
Let's say,
so-
as much as I despise Charlie's Angels and I really thought it was a terrible movie, I will say, Kristen Bell's character,
Stewart, it's Kristen
Stewart. I keep
Kristen
saying Bell.
Stewart.
I don't
I
know
really
why.
like Kristen
Stewart's
Stewart's acting in
character,
this
I would
think
agree.
she did a really good job. I don't like her typically as an actress, but I really liked her in this film. Her character is a lesbian, and it was a very slight
allegedly,
nod. And
I-
I thought they played that extremely
I don't know if they
well.
officially said it, but if that's the way they
Okay,
were
I
going,
think
I'm okay
it
with
seemed
it.
to be not or that or she's bi. But the scene when she
Yeah.
pickpockets the guy at the gym,
Yeah,
and then she very obviously checks out the woman. So like the audience obviously knows she's either
well,
bi.
she makes some
or
like
she's
the very
lesbian or
beginning of the movie,
something.
she makes some jokes about just like
Yes.
she's like, "Oh, you gonna play with your," and then like they're talking
Yeah.
about what they're gonna do when they get home,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
like she's talking to Jane, and she's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, you're gonna play with it." By the way, we're jumping right into spoilers because the movie sucks.
Yeah, the movie's
So-
terrible. But
Okay,
like,
real
see,
quick,
they-
let's just say what we would rate it or something. You want to?
Okay, we'll go through
1 out
ratings
of
really
10.
quick. I'm not gonna give it a 1 out of 10 because that means it's a really, really bad movie. I need to save it.
that's true.
But I'd probably go like a 2.8. It's pretty bad.
I'd give
My opinion is gonna be different because it's a very dumb movie, and I love the original, and I kind of want to get into my opinion on the original
We'll go-
sometimes in this podcast. I love the original movies. They had a good cast too, like Lucy Liu, Asian goddess. Like that started
Oh,
my.
but
you have
you're
to-
not biased at all, dude.
That's-
Not biased at
that
all.
started my Asian like.
Your fetish?
I didn't want
fetish?
to. I was trying to find another word.
Another
but-
word for fetish?
Okay, but but no, those movies were amazing. So going into this one, it's not like I expected it to be on that level. Like I expected it to be bad or dumb, but I thought I was gonna have a fun time with it.
I was
And there was things I hated, and there was times where I looked at my watch, but it ultimately
because you
like,
wanted it to be over.
yeah. But ultimately, like I kind of had some fun with it. I feel like the chemistry was really well. It was kind of fun to watch most parts. I would give it a 4 or 5 out of 10. Like I think it's an average movie, maybe 4.
average
like a little-
movie is not 4
maybe
or
a
5
little-
out
Yeah,
of 10.
average movie should be 6 and 7.
An average movie I feel like is 5, so I think 4, a little below average movie.
No, average is not 5. 5
Now,
is the
5
median.
is
That
saying
not
like
the average.
5 is saying like half the people will like it.
Yeah, 5 is the middle, not half. That's
I
not
guess
average.
in my rating, I say that like 5 is like an average
Okay.
movie. So I think I'd give Charlie's Angels 2019 a 4.
Okay, Ethan,
Okay.
what are your thoughts?
I give it a 4 at most. I mean, I'm probably in the 3,
pretty
3.5. Because like I'm with Brent. I was fully expecting it to be a cheesy action movie. Like I wasn't expecting it to be super serious. But like, just the amount of stupidity that was in there just really.
Yeah, my biggest complaint is they could have like
I've got a list.
they
got a
could have
really long
they
list
could have
of
actually
complaints.
made a good movie.
Yeah.
And like I get it, like going back to the old movies, like they kind of have a goofy sense about
I
their
will
action.
say,
But like this movie just lacks in a lot of other categories, along with like the action scenes.
I will say, me and Sam discussed this briefly, but for a movie that's supposed to empower women, there were a couple comments that were very not empowering women. You know what I'm talking about? Like at the beginning,
just like
when they
pushing-
get the main chick and they're like, "We know everything about you," and they name off like where she works, how old she
Yeah.
is,
Where
all
she
that
went to
shit, and then
school.
she's like, "Yeah, where she went to school, top of her class, and all that," and they're like, "We also know that if you were to accentuate your cheekbones more and your Tinder profile, you might get more boys." And I was like,
yeah,
that,
you might
that's
go on more dates.
rude as fuck. They're like, she's like, "Your cheekbones suck." Like that's not, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's
there was
like-
another
it's
one
like
in
you
there.
should
I feel
be-
like they
it's
wrote
like-
that just to be like, we know everything about you, and let's
But it's-
roast
Yeah,
you
no,
a
I'm
little
saying-
But then they're
bit.
roasting. They're
Yeah,
like,
but,
hey,
like-
by the way, if you looked better in
Yeah,
your
you would
pictures,
get more
you would
boys.
get more guys.
You get more dates.
I guess I
Which
can see
like
where
then
coming
you're
from.
the whole thing is like you're dolling yourself up,
They also
in
said
quote unquote for
they said mofo.
men, which like we all know that like that's not why.
Yeah.
Like girls aren't for the most part doing their makeup, getting nice and dressed up.
but
to
then also now that I
appease
think
men.
about it,
Yeah.
Like it's for themselves.
wasn't
It's
her
to feel
saying.
good,
Exactly.
and like I respect that
there
100%.
was also another comment where she puts on those glasses that when it fits the face.
Yeah, it's like I thought
gives
you
you-
were younger.
You get she goes
Yeah,
she
how
goes I
old
thought
was
she
she?
goes I didn't read it. I
didn't
couldn't
see
read
it.
it in time. She's
That's
like I
quick.
thought you were younger. So she's like, wow, you look really bad for your age.
Yeah, and
I'm like, that's
in
kind of
case
rude.
we didn't say it, this is spoilers territory. Thanks for stopping by. If you want to dip out,
No one's gonna dip out on Charlie's Angels. No one's gonna go see it anyway.
It's
It has
pretty
really
bad.
high
I
audience
would not
reviews.
see it.
Audience rate. I
It's
mean,
like
it only
an
came.
there's nothing to
83%.
spoil. Like, there's really like no major.
That's the
plot
thing.
points.
There also my biggest issue with this.
It's a
movie.
typical Charlie's Angels plot, honestly.
No,
It's just
the
a
only-
little dumbed down.
But it's pretty bad.
Let's say my main issue with this movie was that really, really weird scene, like 3/4 of the way through, where it cut off like an ending of a movie really would, because we all looked at each
Oh,
other.
yeah.
And
When
we
they're
were
on the
like,
boat.
wait, is this
Yeah.
it? Yeah.
They're on
I
the
knew-
boat, and I'm like, oh my
it
God, it's about to
fades, like
end.
it's getting ready to go to
Yeah.
credit, and like it was like,
I knew they weren't gonna do it, but it felt.
and then it
like
kept
I
going,
was
but
like,
it really
what?
felt like the end of a movie. But like not because the movie had been resolved. Nothing was resolved at this point.
Yeah.
Just the scene felt like an end scene.
Yeah, the
And it
couple
was
redeeming
really
factors, I
weird.
guess, were like, I mean, I think Kristen Stewart.
Hey,
Yes,
stop like. Because every time you do that, you make really bad noises
Oh,
into the.
I did not like Noah Centio.
Centio.
Dude, he's
I did
so
not-
hot though.
Kristen Stewart. Brent literally looks. Brent looks at me when they like bring him into the. They bring him into the whatever
The scene.
the room
Yeah.
at the near the end, and he goes, "Oh, I tie him up too."
Oh yeah, because she tied him up.
And I'm
I
like,
was like-
okay, Brent. That was that was a super kinky scene too, by the way. Like they got the girl strapped
Oh,
in
dude,
the neck.
that was so
and I'm like,
weird.
what is
That was
going
weird.
on?
Why
That's-
couldn't they just grab her hand and
Here's the
like, pull
that's
her
the
into
thing. So
room?
like they wanted to.
That's like a super hard play on guys being dominant over
Yeah,
women.
I feel like that's what it was. Yeah, they wanted to tie her up, but instead
Yeah.
of like putting her in handcuffs or putting duct tape on her,
Yeah, they put
like,
like
they
a
just
kinky
put-
sex.
they put, like
necklace around.
they
her.
put like a chain necklace around
this is
like
a
around
PG-13 movie.
around her
Yes,
neck.
trust me,
But
I know.
like, what did that prevent her from
It's
doing? 'Cause she
PG-13,
very
and they
easily- like,
drop
she had
mofo every once
full
in a while.
motion of her mouth and her arms and her
Yeah.
legs. She just couldn't like walk more than 5 feet away. So like, what was the purpose of that? And like, didn't make any sense. So like, they're in a room, right? And then when they leave, remember when they leave that room?
Yeah.
They're like, oh, this is gonna blow up and it's gonna kill him or whatever. But like,
Oh yeah,
they left her in there, but she's not tied up or anything, so she can obviously untie the dude who's in the room.
Yeah.
And
And
then
then
they
once
can
they-
both find a plan to escape this room that they're trapped. Like, why wouldn't you tie her up?
I agree.
Like it was stupid.
And once they leave, she doesn't say something like, "Oh, I, just set it to make noises until the angels show up."
Yeah, I was like, why would it have that setting?
Like
Well, it has.
I can see
thing
that-
They
kind of
also,
any
they also
setting.
never explained.
I could see that she would do that because she did create it, so I feel like she would know how to hack it.
Yeah,
But at the
I
same
respect
time,
that.
it's just the only part of that scene I think was weird is the fact that she was rushing with Noah to I don't remember his name to try to like get out of the room, which I get. Like if you're trapped in a room, you'd want to get out pretty fast. But they were kind of acting like a bomb was gonna go off.
Yeah, yeah.
I
They were
kind of
really
like.
rushing
I like that scene though. Like that was the one where I'm kind of like. It plays like the whole reversal. Like he's like banging on a locked door,
to clarify.
and he's like, "Let me
also-
out," and then she's actually like being smart and
Yeah, I
looking
kinda
for a
like
way
that.
out.
I feel like
'Cause
that
I'm
was
like-
a little subtle, like not
Because
subtle,
that
but
one's
just,
more
like, not
subtle.
on the
Like
nose.
if you catch it, you catch it. If you don't, like it's not in your face, but like
Yeah.
she's the one doing the rescuing.
Yeah, no,
he's
I
the
agree.
one.
I really
he's
like
like,
that.
"Oh my God, let us out! Someone help!" And
And
it's
she's like, no one's gonna
you're
fucking let
banging
us
on
out.
you're banging on a locked door in a private part of the party. Like no one's gonna come your way.
Yeah.
And then she's over there like, "We got to find the key. There's got to be something in here.
That
to
was
let us
also
out."
like, see, well, I think what you're saying. Like, why would they leave a key in that?
Yeah,
room?
but I mean,
like,
they
but like,
didn't
I
leave
get
a
what you're
key.
doing. She was
But yeah,
doing something.
but she was trying
to
to
do
find
something
it.
productive.
I have a key in the drawer.
Is it to this room?
But there's
Yeah.
just a lot. I think my biggest
Alright,
thing
then I
about
guess-
the movie, I guess,
It's a moot point.
because I've seen parts of the old ones, and Brent, correct me if I'm wrong, but like the old ones tend to have like a pretty prominent villain.
Yeah, I was really
Like as far as like
confused.
someone that kind of stands out as that. Yes, they are the villain.
To a point. 2 was
The
Like
villain
you
in
have
this
the
movie was
you have
just-
the
to a
creepy
point-
samurai dude,
the
and
villain.
you have the Cameron Diaz playing with the gold guns. I don't know what her name is, right?
Cameron Diaz was an angel.
Or who has the gold pistols in the second one?
Who is it? Demi Moore.
Demi Moore. Okay,
Demi.
but yeah,
It's Demi. It's not Demi.
I
It's
hate you.
Demi.
Get out.
It
But either
really
way,
is. It's
but, like,
Demi Moore.
I don't
they're
care.
pretty
Don't know
prominent
why.
villains. I just feel like in this one, it's definitely lacking.
Well, even in the second one,
It was.
that's the problem I had with the second one.
It was
like
very
Demi Moore
confusing.
wasn't a prominent villain. It's like
Demi.
shut up. They set her up as like, oh, you're an angel, whatever, and then they go on their old. They're like, oh, you're a retired angel. That's cool, and they go on their old ways. Like this is Full Throttle, by the way. We're not talking about the new one. So,
We did a terrible job at explaining the plot of this movie.
we don't
yeah,
need to explain
but
the
oh,
plot.
but basically,
There
like
isn't one.
in the second one, it was weird because they set this villain up. This guy was the villain, and all of a sudden, it's like maybe 30 minutes away from the end of the movie. 30 minutes left. Demi Moore's like, I'm the villain, guys, and like I feel like obviously like I was a young kid when this movie came out, so I wasn't watching marketing for it. But just reading like the back of the DVD or like the voodoo description, it's like, oh, a fallen angel comes in. Now they're a rogue angel and they're wanting to take over the angels or something. And they don't even touch on that until like 30 minutes left of the movie.
Yeah, it was
Gotcha.
super. It was
And
super
even-
haphazard.
Ethan said something about like how none of the villains in the movie were women. It was all men, which I can get what he's saying, but at the same time, I feel like the plot of 2 was the fact that there was a rogue angel.
Yeah, I
so
get what
why
you're
would
saying
they do
there.
that again?
It's just my
Yeah.
biggest. See, I didn't realize that, so I take that back. But also, I will say, every single male character that we saw in the movie, except for Noah Centiyo's
Well,
character,
that other
was
guy, the guy from the beginning of the movie, he turned around and suddenly he was like a good guy again.
Who, Brock?
No,
are you talking about?
the guy that Kristen Stewart was like going on a date with to like get information. The
Oh,
very
yeah, I
beginning of
didn't
the
like
movie.
that.
Yeah,
I
that
didn't
didn't make
like
any
that. Was
sense.
dumb.
Yeah,
though.
I was
that was really
confused.
dumb.
yeah, but like, and then every woman in the movie was like a hero.
Yeah,
I just
I'm
thought-
okay. I'm okay with.
I think-
honestly,
I just
like-
no. It's not. No, I get it. It's a Charlie's Angels movie. It's supposed to have like
That
like
too, and
women
also the-
protagonists. Like that doesn't bother me.
that too.
It's
But also
just
the
that
fact that like
I
it-
really.
I even
hated
said this to Ethan, and I'm not trying to nag it on. I'm just saying it now so the podcast hears it. It's like if someone was to make a movie where all the women were evil, no one would bat
No,
an
I get what
eye.
you're saying.
I
So
disagree.
Now that all
that
the-
would get batted really quickly.
Okay, well, yeah, like the people of that group. I guess it's the same side. Like both groups would get mad if like both. But I feel like it wouldn't be. I feel like that's happened before. Like women are evil, and then we're all just like, yeah, that's a normal movie plot. But if like all men are evil in a movie, it's like, oh, that's forced diversity.
But like you're saying, it's not. There's not even a subtleness to it anymore. Like that's the big thing. Is like
Yeah, it wasn't.
that's not even like you're just ignoring all.
I feel like it is
subtle signs.
subtle-ish. Like I feel like they're not. They don't make a point.
And like to keep plugging.
they
like,
never say like girl power. Like
That they didn't in game. I hated
Yeah,
that
but they
scene. I
didn't
hated
need
that
to
scene.
I
do
didn't
that
mind
because,
it.
like-
I feel like it was an A-Force reference. So looking at it like that, I kind of enjoyed it.
Yeah, I get you.
Looking at it like not as diversity, but looking at it like, oh, that's a touch to A-Force.
Yeah, okay. I see
Looking
what you're
at
saying.
that, I kind of enjoyed it.
But
that
here's
way.
the thing. I really, 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 really hated the main character. Like the new bitch that we
Yeah.
saw.
I didn't mind her. Like I said, told
I hated
Ethan,
her.
I kind of liked. I
hated
feel like
her.
it was a fresh take to Charlie's Angels because in the other ones, they had always been
It's
like
always
a group of people that.
She added nothing.
I feel like it was always a
But
group
she
of
was an
people that
honorary
knew what they
angel?
were doing. So now it's kind of cool that like there's one person that doesn't.
Okay,
know.
my main issue is that there's that scene where she's first off, so like obviously she's like a tech bitch and she
yeah, she's nerdy. She's a
she's
science.
nerdy.
She's,
She's
an
super
engineer.
smart.
She's
like
an
she
engineer.
created this whole tech thing.
Yeah.
That's cool. But just because you create a whole tech thing doesn't mean you know everything about technology. But like every single technological issue she was able to solve. Like you can't tell me she's worked on every single security system out there, but she immediately knows how to run it. This
Yeah, but
is
she would know a
making-
lot. I think she would know more
Yeah.
than you understand. Especially
Yeah.
and she's an MIT grad. So like that's the big thing. Like they're
It's
pushing.
not.
It's like
It's not unbelievable.
she's
Yeah,
a
it's
number
really
one in her.
not.
Now,
That
here's-
doesn't bother me.
Here's the thing though, when she was locked in that one room, and then the big, like the huge security bad guy
That
came
bothers
in,
me a little bit.
and then she's like, oh, and then she punched him in the face. No training whatsoever. And then she was able.
She still got beat up. Like she
beat the shit out of him.
She survived.
but she still took some hits though.
Yeah,
That's
but
the thing,
she
though.
survived.
As big as that dude was fucking massive.
Brent,
One solid punch to the head,
her.
knocked out.
I feel like he was
absolutely.
I feel like for a little bit he was kind of like entertaining the idea of like, okay, you're not gonna beat me up, but then I feel like that was his detriment.
No, it was super cheesy.
Yeah, that was the beginning, but like once he starts getting his ass beat, all it take like
she smacked him with a lanyard like
she
6 times.
She has no fighting experience. She's literally been
she
an
said
engineer.
She had taken like
That's okay, cool. She's taken some maybe karate, but like she's fighting a probably trained bodyguard, and she's gonna be able to get out of it. Like that just doesn't make sense.
I don't want to keep giving this movie excuses because it was very dumb.
It
but
was
also something I've
written.
said before. Every point I make is something I said before. But Charlie's Angels had very absurd action.
I will agree with
you
that.
would always,
like,
dude, the opening sequence of the second one is they're on, keeping it short. They're on this bridge, this bridge of like the dam. Like they're on top of the dam. They drive off in this huge truck that has like a helicopter on the back. They drive off of it. They all fly out of the truck, and then as they're going down, they all make their way to try to get to the helicopter. They're going under rotors, and they're like going through the air and gliding into the helicopter, and then they suddenly pull up. Like Charlie's Angels has, even hand-to-hand combat has very absurd action, but I feel like they did it in a way where it was enjoyable. So in this one, they did a little bit less of
it was
that.
just super cheesy.
But every time there was something absurd, it's not absurd as the other ones, but every time they did something absurd, I kind of just took it as, okay, Charlie's Angels was like too absurd back in the day. So
I guess I can understand that. I guess
I get where you're coming from. Like, the more I think about it, the less I hate it. But like, it was super cheesy.
I
it was
agree
the
with you.
cheesiness of it.
I don't want to keep giving it excuses. It's
I
a
don't think I'd
dumb
ever
movie,
watch
but
it.
looking at it,
I definitely
as,
don't
like,
want to watch it again for sure.
I would never recommend someone.
I would not recommend.
I think I'd
going to
watch
see
it one more time when I bought it on Blu-ray.
You're gonna buy it. You're gonna
just
pay.
to complete the Charlie's Angels set. I would buy it and watch it one more time.
You need to buy the TV show.
I know it's like $70, and I was kind of contemplating it for like a tax time return.
Buy both TV shows. They remade it.
Really?
Yeah, they put it out like there's a first one, which is like the star of Charlie's Angels, and then they revamped it in like after the movies, and then didn't do anything.
Why are you handing me my 4K copy of Charlie's Angels?
Why did you have to
4K,
specify that it was 4K?
Dude, by the way, guys, I buy 4K movies.
4K movies.
No, this
with
was
my
cheap. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't buy the $30 4K movies. This was cheap on Amazon. I am not trying to flex. This was very cheap on Amazon.
I'm trying to flex.
I don't even know.
Like,
what he
Stop
watches.
flexing.
If I buy new movies, I'm only buying
You think
Blu-ray.
he watches 4K on that TV behind you, Ethan?
For sure.
That looks like it can support some 4K.
Ethan, you still hooking me up on that Walmart Black Friday TV?
Whoa. Ethan's not allowed to disclose that information.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Ethan doesn't even work at Walmart.
Yeah, fuck Walmart. Oh, can I say that?
Oh my god. And Ethan's down to one job, so Sundays are free.
Probably wouldn't.
No,
But,
just
you know what?
diss Best Buy and you'll be fine.
It's okay. This Best Buy?
Yeah.
That's our biggest competitor is probably Target and Amazon. Actually, no. Is Amazon.
We did this Jeff Bezos. So.
Yeah.
What you
Fuck
did,
Amazon.
Jeff
Okay,
Bezos.
here. Is this better? Fuck all retail. I'm just okay.
Screw Dairy Queen.
I'm really just salted that I have to work Thanksgiving. Okay, that's really my big issue here.
Yeah, but you work at Walmart, which is like probably one of your.
Yeah, but you're getting paid twice
What
to
is
work.
Walmart's probably the
Thanksgiving.
number
No,
one.
I don't get holiday pay. Oh, you mean at our job?
Yeah.
I forget I get paid for
Yeah,
that
you
too.
do.
Dude, that's what's up.
You get what was I gonna say?
That discount?
Walmart's like your number one Black Friday store though.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So like they're definitely gonna make you work.
That's where I gotta go to get that TV, but like I don't.
You gotta find a ride there.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't
and
come
not
get you.
just a small little car.
Yeah. Sam, we gonna come cop him?
You want to drive my truck?
I mean, I would drive you. It could fit in the.
Your TV fit in your car?
Maybe. What size TV you getting?
50.
It'd probably fit in the back seat.
Probably. It would. I'd measure it.
We going Black Friday shopping, Sam?
We might be.
Bet.
Y'all can come visit me at
Let's
my
do a
Walmart.
vlog for the YouTube channel.
I'm down, dude. Patreon subscribers only though.
Yeah.
Shout out to Patreon. Second time we set up a Patreon, guys. Oh, we got the Patreon. We got the socials. You want to
We
plug
got-
the socials, Sam?
Our social security numbers?
We have both. And, I mean, if you want, you guys can have mine. It's
I mean, Google's got it.
Redacted.
Oh, shook. But let's see. I haven't memorized them yet. We're on Instagram as the Uncultured Opinions. Give it a follow. Also, the UO podcast. If Uncultured Opinions doesn't work, the Uncultured Opinions. Sorry.
Yeah, the Uncultured Opinions on Instagram.
And on Twitter, we are on there as the Uncultured Opinions podcast, and the handle is at the UO podcast. So go ahead and check out both of those. They'll be.
We're also on YouTube. If you're listening there, the Uncultured Opinions.
Well, no,
podcast.
if you're on YouTube and you're listening there, we're also on Spotify. But
Yeah.
if you're listening on Spotify, we're also on YouTube.
We're also on Twitch. We don't stream our podcast live to Twitch yet, but we're
Oh,
thinking
are
about
we?
doing some charity streams. Maybe around maybe every once in a while we'll do a live podcast episode. Maybe that's a Patreon exclusive thing. We will see, guys.
We're also on Only. Are we on OnlyFans?
No.
Okay,
No,
never
not
mind.
yet.
We're
Do you
not
wanna-
on
do you wanna have
OnlyFans.
a Cameo page?
I don't care what we make.
We didn't do anything.
Did I say we make an OnlyFans account?
What's OnlyFans?
It's where like people go and buy like inappropriate pictures
Oh.
of people. Like you
Are we selling our feet pics?
or you like subscribe for like $25 a month, and like a chick, like people will post pictures
Like
of
risque
them, like,
pictures?
Yeah, super risque pictures.
Dude, you know what? For Christmas, let's make a holiday calendar.
Oh,
Like a firefighter holiday
Oh.
calendar, but it's us.
oh,
Bet.
dude, that's a big. I like that a lot. That means we got to open a merch store.
It's true. Do you have any more announcements? We have one more. This is our final podcast because Brent's leaving us.
I'm not leaving.
Actually,
is-
Brent decided that he's not leaving us. We
That's
talked
true.
him
Actually,
into
we
it.
don't know. I don't even know what the
I
fuck's
think
happening at this
we should
point.
talk him into staying on second shift, and then me and you will just quit the podcast.
Quit.
We also want to give our moment of silence for episode 4 and how bad of an episode that was. We are really sorry we had to bring that episode to your ears.
Jeez.
Dude,
That's just mean.
it's not like Billy's gonna listen. So
That's
We're kidding. It's not Billy's fault. The audio was so wonked. Like we
Was
love,
it? I thought the audio was
we-
good in
that
that
was
one.
pretty good, Brent.
we love Billy. It was just a rough podcast. Being cramped in this room with 4 people was kind of a struggle.
I don't
We
know.
love
I really
Billy.
liked episode
I love
4.
you, Billy.
It sounded way better
I really liked
than I was
episode
expecting
4.
it to.
I think the Terminator episode was our best episode yet. I think this one is probably going to
think
be
we have a
bottom
lot-
tier.
Now I feel like we got a pretty good episode here.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I feel like we went.
Except for that like
We talked
2-minute
about-
pause.
Yeah, we talked
silence.
about politics a little bit this
It was
episode.
a
That's
little
true.
awkward at the beginning.
Yeah, we
because,
because we at the beginning
we
though,
got into some hot topics.
yeah, those were some
I don't
hot
know how
takes.
I feel about getting into those, but we can do it.
I don't know.
Maybe it's
Just
a
don't tweet.
Patreon,
I was
too.
like, just don't tweet those hot takes because
I'm not gonna be tweeting those hot takes.
those are
We gotta
very.
try not to get canceled yet.
But here's the
Yeah.
thing. Here's the thing. If you disagree with any hot takes, let us know. We'll discuss it. Let's hear your opinions. We can discuss it. If you think I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong.
$1 per opinion.
Feel
No,
free to let us
We're,
know.
we're going to charge you for your opinions. We will hear you out.
If you're listening on Spotify, hit us up on any social.
Send us an email.
Yeah,
Send
it-
us,
once we
shoot us an email.
Yeah, you can actually
Send
send
us
us
a
an email
DM.
through our Instagram. If you go to our Instagram page,
Or you can send us
an
a
email.
DM if that would be easier.
Or a DM. Yeah, that'd be pretty quickly.
or if we post about the episode,
Or add
feel
us on
free-
Twitter.
Feel free to leave your opinions on that post about the episode, or if you're watching on YouTube, comment down below, and also
And
go into-
subscribe.
subscribe. Also,
I'm gonna
into
read
the-
off Brent's phone number
go
so they
into
can
the-
text
the-
him.
Go into the description, and you'll have all our links, our socials, our Patreon.
Also, click that little bell notification right there so you get
Hey.
noties whenever time we
Get
post a
some.
Get
video.
noties. Bing.
Dude, I fucking love noties.
Who do you who do you have your noties on for?
Call me Carson.
Not on YouTube. I don't know to YouTube.
No.
Call me Carson. Jish Flat Tobuscus. Actually,
You still subscribe to Tobuscus?
not on purpose. I just haven't turned him off. He used to be my favorite YouTuber when I was
Even
like
after
12.
the Tobuscus controversy?
Yeah, that's what kind of killed his
Even
channel, and
after
that kinda
the-
sucked.
Was that? I never followed up on it. Was that legit? Did he? Like,
It's looking very unlikely. Like, it ruined his career, which sucked because it's looking like it was a false claim.
but we don't know for sure.
Yeah, we don't know, but
We'll probably never
she
know.
kind of stopped fighting it after a while.
Hmm.
Like,
I mean-
it came out and everyone believed her, but then she kind of stopped talking about
To be
it.
fair, Tobuscus
Like-
does kind of give off. I don't know. He's a weird
Sure,
dude.
but he also kind of gives off man-child vibes sometimes, where it's like sometimes it's easy to picture him doing that, sometimes it's hard to picture him doing that. So it's like, and then just his persona after that was more of like, everyone's always gonna say they're guilty. Like, think of like a Ted Bundy type thing, but just a lot of the vibes he gave off during that.
Right now,
just
you
felt
really
like-
got to get up for work. All right, that's probably about the end of the podcast. We plugged everything.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Noah's about to pick me up.
Let's go
so.
ahead and wrap it up. So
Thanks for watching the podcast, guys. Sorry we talked
Listening.
about Charlie's Angels for like 20 minutes.
it's not worth more than
It
that.
wasn't
So
worth it.
I hope you
I
enjoyed
think
this.
we gave it too much attention.
Next week,
I really
we will
wasn't
be-
trying to get into hot topics either.
oh,
but
next
that
week's
happened.
a fire week. If we make
Next
it.
week, we will be talking about the sequel to my favorite movie of all time, Frozen. So we'll be seeing Frozen 2. We'll be talking about episode 2 and 3.
Wait,
of The
next week are we
Mandalorian.
recording the week after?
We'll talk.
We're doing
We'll talk
Mondays
about when
again.
we
We're
record.
doing Mondays again.
We'll
No.
talk. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it.
Okay,
So next week, we'll be doing Frozen 2.
but Thanksgiving's.
episode 2
a,
and 3.
We'll talk
can,
about
can
it.
we give away the Thanksgiving episode?
Do you want to?
I mean,
It's your thing if you want to give
is it my
away.
thing?
I mean, we came up with it, but like, I'll let you say it if you want.
I mean, I didn't know if we were gonna reveal the Thanksgiving thing. Are we?
We might as well now. You
Might
just
as well now.
revealed it,
All right,
so-
the Thanksgiving episode. It's gonna be pre-recorded, but it's probably 2 hours? You think?
Yeah,
It's gonna be a long one. Full Star Wars episode.
every Star Wars movie.
Every Star Wars movie other than the new one. So check it out. Be lit.
No, we watched the leak of.
Yeah, we watched the leak. We actually got a pre-screening of
Rise of
the Rise of Skywalker.
That's how big we are. They're giving us fucking pre-screenings now.
You know how bad we get fucking sued if they get for some reason, or not us, anyone. If they got a pre-screening and then they reviewed it and then they could just get away with fucking spoilers.
Dude, Ray died. Like.
Hot take: I want Ray to die. Not because I hate her. I just think it'd make the movie really good.
I think they're
I
gonna kill
agree.
Finn.
I think it'd be. I think it would
I
be.
think they are gonna kill Finn.
I'm betting right now they're killing
I
Finn
could see
or
it.
Poe.
I think it'd be fucking dope if Kylo Ren just cuts off her head.
I think she.
And then
needs to
goes-
chop-
I'm
cut her
betting
in
right
half.
now that will not
All right.
happen.
No, I guarantee you it won't happen because Disney has a strict no decapitation rule. Did you know that? They really do.
Just cut her in half. Isn't that what they've done?
Which is
before?
weird because
The
they have a decapitation rule, but Avengers got away with it because they got off Thanos' head. But they have a.
The 80s Spider-Man show didn't allow people to punch people. He didn't allow Spider-Man to punch people.
Really?
Yeah, if you go back and watch it, it's on Disney Plus. It's my favorite Spider-man cartoon ever. and
Is
I'm
it the
so happy it's on
Spectacular
there.
Spider-Man?
No,
The
Because
one where
that
they're-
one's my
Is it
favorite.
the
That
one where they're
one's good.
pointing at each other? Is that where the meme's from?
no, that one's like the 60s. This one's the 80s show. That had
That's
the best
also at the
theme
end
song
of
ever.
Spider-Verse. Did you know that?
Yeah, I know.
I love that scene.
But in the 80s one, like they had strict like guidelines, like they couldn't punch people. So that's why a lot of the fights are pretty creative. But yep, thanks for joining the podcast, guys.
You're welcome.
We'll see y'all next week.
Yep. See ya. Have a nice
Oh,
day.
I don't
check
have
out
the thing.
check out the socials. Hit up the Patreon. Their paddles are right there. Hit up the
Oh.
Patreon, give us some donies. And we'll see you guys.
Tony's.
Call it down.
We'll,
I
give,
fucking love donuts, to be for real.
we'll see you guys next time.
All right, that's a wrap. I like it.
Get out of my house.